Coffee with Marci. My mission is to bring entrepreneurs and nonprofits a voice, and I'm excited to hear from David Eisbrouch today of Eisbrouch Marsh Law Offices. Welcome to Coffee with Marci.
Hey Marci, thank
Hello.
you. How are you?
Welcome. So here we are on this wonderful day.
Welcome to downtown Hackensack, New Jersey.
Yeah.
We're sitting in front of the Bergen County Courthouse, the county seat, where I handle a lot of my cases.
Wonderful.
And my law firm is right behind your camera.
Great. So it's very convenient for everyone.
Absolutely.
So why don't you tell us about yourself?
Okay. I live in Bergen County. I raised my two children in the Pascack Valley school systems. My wife is my law partner.
Oh,
She
great.
handles a different area of law than I do, which I could go into a little while.
Yes.
But I've been practicing law for close to 30 years, and I've been in the downtown Hackensack location for about 16, 17 years, but my office has always been in Bergen County.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your practice. Why personal injury?
Well, I'm a personal injury practitioner, a personal injury attorney. Always felt that I wanted to be able to help people who were victims of other people's negligence and an accident and someone who's hurt due to the fault of somebody else. There's always insurance companies on the other side representing the party that's at fault, and the victims or the people who've been injured need representation to represent their interests, and it's just something I always enjoy doing.
Wow. So you are really making a difference. That's really cool.
Well,
thank you.
We like to think so.
Yeah. So what are the different types of personal injury cases?
Good question.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have our typical motor vehicle cases. If somebody's injured in a car accident, and we'll only take a case if it's somebody else's fault. So if you're rear-ended or if somebody collides with your car and somebody else's fault, we'll represent the injured person in a car accident, in a truck accident, in a motorcycle accident, which I actually had one myself about 10 years ago,
goodness.
unfortunately. But then there's also the slip and fall cases. If someone falls due to the negligence of someone else, there's medical malpractice cases. Basically, we'll represent anyone who is injured and sustained injuries due to the fault of someone else in any type of accident setting.
Right. Wonderful. So tell us what sets you apart from other personal injury attorneys.
Well, I'm very fortunate in Bergen County to be surrounded by some excellent lawyers, and I'm not one to badmouth or try to put down my fellow attorneys in this field. What I like to pride myself on is communication with the client. And probably the number one complaint you get of any attorneys is their communication with their clients and the difficulty of clients being able to speak to their attorney.
Yeah.
They'll call an office, they'll leave a message, they'll get rerouted to a secretary or a paralegal. But basically, I think I've overcome that obstacle by putting my cell phone number on all my business cards.
That's great.
So if anybody wants to reach me, they can 24/7.
Wow.
Besides that, it's my experience in the field. I think I'm very knowledgeable in personal injury. I think I do a very thorough job for my clients, whether it's settling their case prior to trial or having to take a case to trial, no matter where it is in the state of New Jersey.
Wow. That sounds really impressive. I got to tell you, in anything though, it's hard to get in touch with someone, so it's great that they can reach out to you and you're responsive. So right there, that creates a bond and a trust that's important.
Well, it's a cell phone, it's email, it's texting. I am commonly getting texts from clients over the weekend, but they've been very respectful, of my time.
Right.
And they don't take advantage of it.
Nice.
It's just another means for them to communicate with me if they need to.
So, pharmaceutical litigation.
Besides my representation of clients in personal injury matters, as I just described them, I've also been involved in what's called mass tort pharmaceutical litigation for the last 20 years. And most people would recognize the name class action before they would mass tort. And a class action and a mass tort are similar with some differences, but basically we're representing clients against the pharmaceutical industry who have taken drugs and have side effects that were not disclosed by the pharmaceutical companies. And
Right.
you see these drugs advertised on television every day, and you also see some advertisements by law firms every
Yeah.
day.
Yes.
So going back to the Fen days and the Vioxx days, or now metal-on-metal hip implant litigations or transvaginal mesh, we represent clients who've been injured by almost any drug out there that's in active litigation right now, or product. Doesn't have to be a drug, could be a device, like an implant or transvaginal mesh, or now hernia mesh is another one we're getting involved in as well.
Wow.
So there is litigation, and if they visit our website at emlawoffices.com, emlawoffices.com,
Right.
there is a listing of our current litigations, our pharmaceutical litigations, in addition to our regular personal injury matters as well.
Wonderful. So, Victim Compensation Fund, tell us about that.
Well, that's probably the area I am most proud of in my practice. That is representing victims who have been diagnosed with either cancer or respiratory illness due to being in the area where the 9/11 attacks took place.
Wow.
So what that means, what most people don't realize, is there was an act passed in Congress called the Zadroga Act, which created the Victims Compensation Fund. And what that does is compensate anyone, not just the first responders, but if you lived in Lower Manhattan, worked in Lower Manhattan, or went to school in Lower Manhattan, and you were in the area basically defined as below Canal Street for the 8 months following the attack on 9/11/2001, if you were there for a minimum of 80 days, then you're eligible for compensation if you're diagnosed with cancer, any cancer, today.
Wow.
Today.
No idea of that.
And that act was extended till 2020.
Wow.
So if
That's
you
incredible.
were in the downtown area, either living, working, or going to school, and you were there for a minimum of 80 days during that 8-month period, from September 2001 to July 2002, you are eligible to be compensated. So we represent victims and we obtain compensation for them. And I'll also say that part of the act is reducing the legal fees to 10%. Our normal fee for contingency matters on a personal injury is 1/3, but the victims and the individuals we represent, and it's my pleasure to do so, we do so at a 10% fee.
Wow, that's incredible that you do that.
So it's
I had no idea of that.
something we take a lot of pride in
Yes,
handling,
absolutely.
and we've been very successful with that program.
Wow. So other practice areas in your firm?
Glad you asked. As I mentioned before, my wife is my law partner,
Yes.
Marci Eisbrouch, and she practices real estate law exclusively.
Okay.
So she does a combination of residential real estate closings. She'll do commercial or retail lease review negotiations. She'll buy or sell commercial real estate, or buy or sell residential real estate, represent the buyers or the sellers. And she's been doing it as long as I've been doing it. So
Wow,
pushing
that's awesome.
pushing 30 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm selling a house, so maybe she can help me.
She absolutely can help you. No, she absolutely will help you.
Wonderful.
So that's the overview of the firm. We would love to speak to anyone in the Bergen County or surrounding counties in northern New Jersey with any of their legal needs. Besides my website, I know the graphic is up, but the phone number is 201-342-5545. And please give us a call. Be happy to talk to you.
Thank you so much, David, for being on Coffee with Marci. You've shared so much valuable information.
This is a great format, and it's a great show, and I really want to thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye now.